Hey everybody, DigitalRamen here. Today, we're going to be doing another book review. Really excited for this one because I also am going to be including kind of a new segment if you guys aren't super familiar with this series already. Anime and TV shows. I just watched a bunch of anime recently and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to talk about that as well and see if you guys, want to chat about that in the comments as well, or join the Discord and chat about that. We'll go through the anime first, and then we'll go to the books and the manga. Um, Anime right now, I just caught up on was Attack on Titan. So far, Attack on Titan has been amazing. I really like Mappa's animation. A lot of people compare it to, I think it's, I saw someone call it Wit. I don't know who animated. Now it's handled by Mappa. I really like Mappa's animation. One problem I've always had with Attack on Titan's anime, though, is how many hiatuses they take, which I get. The workforce in Japan is much different from America. They are constantly worked to the bone. But my issue is that, like, I get into Attack on Titan, and then they just take a really long break, and then they come back, like, a year later, and I'm like, what happened? Like, I don't remember what happened. So that's what took me really long to come back to this, because I just didn't really want to watch Attack on Titan, because I was like, they're going to do the same thing. And which they did. They released the final season finale, part 1 out of 2, and part 2 doesn't come out till fall, and this is coming out in March, so yeah, you can see how long it's gonna be a wait of. But so far, other than those complaints, I've really loved how all of it has gone. I will say my favorite characters now are characters that I didn't think would be my favorite. I really like Connie, and I really like Jean. Both of them are like, they have had so much character development in this last season that I've like really loved them. Besides from everybody's glow up and now that they're older, I really like. I think Connie has grown on me a lot. Before I was just like, he's just a dunce. He's just like Sasha's best. Sasha, and we'll get into that. I really like Connie and John, especially when John goes through so much emotional turmoil in this last season. Like, he's like, I can just stay safe in the walls. He had that kind of like season 1 mentality where, like, I remember he was gonna join the police force, and then he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna join the scouts because y'all are dope. But it's just kind of cool to see all that. And Connie, obviously, I'm gonna put a spoilers warning before all this. Connie obviously has gone through a lot. He had the chance to bring back his mom, but he didn't, and I totally respect that, because that's killing a kid for that. That's a lot. I don't think any human being would do that, but Attack on Titan, so we'll roll with it. He could have saved his mom, but he didn't. And that was a really scary scene, and Armin's like pretty much like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself. There's a lot of just stuff that happens. And I will say, I really like Reiner, and I really like Annie, and I like when they talk about the characters that they built friendships through in the past. It's really sad to hear about that kind of stuff, especially in the second to last or third to last episode, when Connie and Armin have to kind of like betray their friends that they grew up with in the training camps, and they're like, literally the scene where Connie shoots the one guy with the pistol and shoots the other guy with the pistol, and I forget who told him sometimes we have to get our hands dirty. I think that's Berthold or Marco. I don't really remember who said that line. I get really confused because I don't remember much of season 1 and 2's characters. Like, I remember their faces, but I don't remember their names because just how long it's been. I watched season 1 back in like middle school. But yeah, that scene really got me, and I was like, damn, this is like a really good anime. So far, I'm just waiting for the finale. We'll probably cover the finale when I watch it. I just finished watching Mob Psycho Season 3. If you already know me, you know that I love Mob Psycho. I'm a big proponent of Mob Psycho. I have the Reagan spin-off manga. The first one of that. I want to actually read all that. I'm a big Reagan Sensei fan, which is funny. I also love Mob, but I love Reagan Sensei. He's dope. This anime is like one of the best animes I've ever watched in my life, because I feel like the character development, all the weaknesses and flaws of each character and how they get through it, and how they, like, yeah, it can be cheesy, you know, it's about like your friends and people are there for you and accepting each other. But I love that stuff. Not enough people talk about that kind of stuff, and especially when they use a character like Mob, who's overpowered, has so much strength, so much power, yet he decides not to use it so that he can live a normal life. And they tackle that in the very last season, in the second last half of the season, which I love. I also forgot to mention that in the beginning of season 3, there's like 2 arcs in the last season. The first half of season 3 is all about Dimple-san, who you meet in season 1, kind of like Mob's best friend throughout the entire anime. Basically turns against Mob because Mob becomes selfish, and he tries to get Mob to become unselfish and, you know, go back to being him. And it's all in a whole turnabout way. You think Dimple's dead, blah blah blah. Coming to the second half of season 3, it was really awesome to see Reigen finally break that barrier and show his true self to Mob. I loved that. I loved the whole master and the master and student kind of relationship in this anime. It is so strong and so powerful and so emotionally developed throughout the whole anime. Like, they go from the beginning of Mob literally believing in everything to, like, the beginning of season 3, Mob kind of has an inkling that, like, he knows that Reigen has no powers, but he also just doesn't want to believe it because his master. And then Reigen finally nuts up and tells him that he doesn't. And I loved that scene. I actually cried at that scene because I was like, damn, he finally did it. And it was really cool to see Mob fight with his alternate self to get through that. Yeah, that's what I loved about the anime. I honestly couldn't give a shit about Tsubomi-chan. That was like a big plot device for the second half of season 3. I couldn't really care for it, but it's funny because I see all these characters return, and I haven't watched season 3 in a while. I took a break from Mob Psycho when the aliens visited. It was like the whole slice of life part, which I'm also a big fan of slice of life stuff. When it got to that whole part and it got to like the aliens, and then I took a break, when I see all these characters returning from season 1 and 2, I'm like, shit, I don't remember their names. I remember who they are, like I remember them from season 1, I don't remember their names. So like I see Sho, and I'm like, I remember Sho because they say his name. Don't remember his dad's name, but I remember Sho. I remember Kageyama. I don't remember Ritsu. I mean Ritsu. I was gonna say Ritsu Kageyama, which is Shigeo's brother, Mob's brother. And then like the whole gang, I love the Fight On Club. I forget, it's the Body Improvement Club. Love that whole club. I love the Paranormal Club. Since the first half of season 3 like focuses on the Paranormal Club, I love that. I love that one random camera girl. I love all his friends. All his friends are great, especially Hanazawa. Yeah, Hanazawa. I love Hanazawa. I looked him up because the wig guy. He always wears wigs because I guess he's bald. But I love Teru. Teru's great. Literally, he's changed so much from season 1, becoming like one of the kind of like villains of season 1 to becoming one of my favorite characters in season 3. He has had so much improvement, and I just love how his character has changed, and it's really cool to see him. It was really cool to see him and how much much more powerful he became, and how his way of getting I'm actually really surprised that he couldn't get Mob to. I mean, I was kind of surprised that Mob and Ritsu couldn't convince him to come back to normal, and it was Reigen that did it. But at the same time, it was definitely deserved that Reigen did it. It was awesome to see Reigen get Mob to turn back to normal. Yeah. Oh, I just realized we're in 30 FPS. Fuck. That's whatever. I'm sorry. You're gonna deal with the 30 FPS video for today. This is just me spitballing animes that I was watching and I need to watch. So I need to finish. I was watching Boruto for a while, but that kind of turned into shit. I might look up a watch guide on that because I like Naruto. I like Boruto when it's like serious. But it really has been kind of shit. Like when they went through the whole arc of Boruto kind of being like a fucking spoiled kid. Loved that arc, but you know, ever since then it's kind of been shit. Chainsaw Man I need to watch. Overlord I watched season 1 and 2. I don't remember where I left off. It says I'm up next to season 4, but I doubt that. I think I need to watch season 3. And then My Hero Academia, I need to watch the latest stuff on that. Also, Demon Slayer, I need to watch the latest stuff on that. The last time I watched Demon Slayer, I watched the Mugen Train arc in the movie theaters, and then haven't touched the anime since they came back. Let me put that on my list. But yeah, that's enough about anime. Let's get into the books I'm reading right now. So books I'm reading right now haven't really changed from last week, because I've been kind of busy. But I'm also not going to make an excuse. I just haven't read as much this week. So when it comes to what I'm going to be reading, I was going to read this starting tomorrow, but we'll see if I can get to it. But yeah, I'm currently reading The Guest Cat. That has the bookmark in it. Literally just put it in there, so we're going to start reading that. The thing I've been reading the most, and which I really love, is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess manga. So this is the one I just finished. I think I already showed this to you guys. This is the 8th one of the Twilight Princess. I so far love what they're doing with this manga. I love the character development with Link. He, like, since the last one, like, he became, like, really drunk with power, and then he went through this whole arc of going to, like, a village that isn't even in the game, which I love. And he, like, meets up with this girl takes care of him, he heals him back to health because he loses against Zant, and then he has to fight off Dark Link in his head. And I love everything about that. Like, this Twilight Princess manga is literally so good. This is my new headcanon. I might have said that before, but this is my new headcanon. I also love, if you guys know Shad from the video game, I'll show you guys him right now. This is Shad. He's in the bar in Hyrule Castle. He's with the glasses and red hair, and he's writing a book. I love how not just Shad, but all the little I guess the rebels of Hyrule Castle. I love how they all interact with Link and they all talk with him instead of just, Link joins the forces for one mission, helps them, and then goes on his merry way. No, this is he comes back, and this is the main group of people that actually fight against Ganon in Hyrule. I love that, and I also love that he met up with the one girl, I can't remember her name. They met up at the Snowfield Mansion, and in the manga, that's her house, which I love because you never knew that's her house. I wonder if that's a thing. I wonder if you can compare her armor or something, because you have no idea where she's from. But she's the one female knight, and I can't remember her name, but you meet up with her at Snowfield. She's like, this is my house, and I let the Yeti stay here, but I saw another person, so I chased, and it was you. So I love that, and I love how Link fought with her, and then the whole Arbiter Ground section is amazing. I love that part. I love the relationship between Link and Midna, how Midna's kind of back and forth between everything, when she's like, oh, he's my friend, but also at the end of the day, he's not gonna be my friend because I won't be able to see him anymore, blah blah blah. And then I really like Link tells the rebels everything. He tells them everything and what's going on. Love that. And then I love that him and Shad have this relationship. Not like a relationship, but they have a really good friendship. Link helps Shad find the city in the sky and believes him, and then Shad goes up to the city in the sky, which I love, because in the game he helps you get to the city in the sky, but that's it. He doesn't actually go and research it and see it. I love that he goes, he researches it, he sees it, he writes everything down. He's like, thank you, Link, you're my best friend. I love this manga so far. I forget where we left off because I got the 9th one up here. At the very end of 8, where Midna's telling Link about how she became the imp she is now. And I'm also really excited to see, because in the manga, Link grows up in a town at the outskirts of Hyrule, in the desert, the same desert as Arbiter Grounds. I can't remember the name of that desert. He grows up there in a town that protects Hyrule from bandits and trespassers and all that. But really, the town's there to just cover for if there's any prisoners escaping from the Arbiter Grounds. I love how and I think in the 9th and the 10th one, that's kind of going to be solved, how that happens. I don't know, because I feel like it's a lot to cover in one book, but it looks like we might get something about that. So after all the manga that I'm reading, I haven't really caught up on comics yet. I need to go pick up my comics, but I've been kind of in and out. I have like a foot injury right now, so I'm going through that medically. That's gonna be hopefully figured out. That's why I haven't been able to pick up my comics, but I did read the Daredevil. We're gonna be reading that, just so you guys know. I've been also trying to get myself to read Hawkeye, but I've been really just reading Legend of Zelda over and over. But once we finish the guest cat, we will be reading The Road. I want to remind everybody that I didn't forget about this book. That is still there. Don't worry. But yeah, other than that, that was kind of like a short book section. If you guys liked me talking about anime and TV shows, I can maybe talk about movies, or maybe I can make a movie review on it separately. I can do that too. I'm supposed to see Scream 6 tomorrow. I'm probably not going to give a movie review for that. I could if you guys want me to, but like, it's a Scream 6 movie. I think you guys know what it's going to be like. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching these. I actually really like that you guys like these videos. I really like that you guys watch this and you guys give me that positive feedback. You know, if you guys want to put in the comments like, hey, this, maybe you should read this, or this is what I'm reading, I will respond and we can chat about it. I would totally love to. If you guys like that, please leave a like and comment, and I will see you guys in next week's book review. Peace out, everybody. What is going on, everybody? If you guys like today's video, please like, it really helps me out, and also subscribe, because that also really helps me out. Comment as well. I like to see what you guys have to say, and I also actually respond and reply to comments. So you can subscribe by hitting this icon right here, or you can look at the newest video I made by looking at this right here. Yeah, you can click on that. We'll see you guys in the next video or next stream. I do stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. Go check that out, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.